All right, folks, this is going to be part two of what I was reading. I know I may not be making any new friends here, but like I say, I don't hold anybody accountable if they're of an alternative lifestyle. That is something between the person and our creator. And it's not my place to dog anyone. I'm not going to do that. People have value. Just because they may not be walking the same path in life as others does not merit condemnation by me nor anyone else because of the fact that if you go by the Bible, then you know that God has wiped us out before because of sin, the flood. And then we have Sodom and Gomorrah. Um, Myself, because of who was the original people that put the Bible together, calls everything into question for me as far as the text. So I go to earlier Bibles and read those because it hasn't been manipulated by people who claim they have more authority than Jesus to forgive sins. I know I'm not making myself popular by talking about this subject, nor am I making friends with a lot of powerful people who are on this list. Like I say, it's not my work, it's somebody else's. This is alleged. I will post this on my website. I do agree that there has been a degradation of morals in the United States in order to weaken it. On what fronts those assaults have been, I don't think any of us can really sit down and itemize one by one what each thing it is that has been done to us as people, as human beings, separating us from our Creator. Like I said, there's only two people I hate or can't tolerate. Put it that way. Can't say hate. Can't tolerate. Assholes, willfully ignorant people, willful stupidity. And those are the two people I just don't do very good with because they don't use logic nor facts to back up their position. Instead, they just want to bulldoze right over you, and facts are irrelevant. Data is just there to be manipulated. I'm not manipulating any data, I'm just reading what was posted. Now, I'm going to go on with this. Ron Schlittler, Schlittler, Director of Field and Policy, Parents and Friends of Lesbian and Gays. PFLAG is the name of that organization. Craig Ziskin, Deputy Director of Development, PFLAG. Deborah Wheel, Weill, Weill, yeah, that's a good name, Weill. Senior Field and Policy Coordinator, PFLAG. Dottie Goldstein, Board of Directors, PFLAG. David Horowitz, Board of Directors, PFLAG. Sean Frank, Board of Directors, PFLAG. Leon Weinstein, Chairman, Nominating Committee, PFLAG. Kate Kendall, National Center for Lesbian Rights. Gail Rubin, lesbian author activist. Hillary Rosen, a founding member of the Gay and Lesbian Victory Fund, former board chair of the Human Rights Campaign. Roz Richter, American attorney and activist. Bob Kunst, longtime activist in gay and Jewish causes. Gay, Lesbian, and Straight Education Network, GLSCN. God, you gotta love all these alphabet soup names. Board co-chairs Marty Seldman, president. National Gay and Lesbian Task Force, NGLTF, board co-chairs, Rachel Rosen in Santa Fe, New Mexico, Dave Fleischer, Director of Training, Political Training, NGLTF, Greg Hoffman, Board of Directors, NGLTF, Beth Zimsky, Board, Zimsky, Board, NGLTF, Marcia C. Botzer, Treasurer, NGLTF, Jeff Levy. First, Levy was NGTF's lobbyist early 1980s. NGTF became NGLTF in 1985. Later, he was NGLTF Executive Director. Bill Rubenstein, JD, 86, developed the ACLU Lesbian and Gay Rights Project. Martin Duberman, author, historian, founded the Center for Lesbian and Gay Studies at the City University of New York. Ben Schartz, 81, JD, hyphen 85, is executive director of the Gay and Lesbian Medical Foundation. Kevin Schaub, SCHAUB, American executive director and dean of the Harvey Milk Institute in San Francisco, the world's largest center for homosexual studies. I'm not going to use that Q word. It's overplayed. Queer does not mean this. Queer means strange and peculiar, not a lifestyle. So we got enough hate and division going on as it is, people. I'm just putting this out for you to see who's behind the activities. And it's up to all of you to judge for yourselves what's sin and what's not. Because we are all instructed to live by the Word of God if you're not an atheist. Okay. Sarah Schulman, 1958 hyphen, so I guess American playwright, novelist, and activist, one of the founders of the Lesbian Avengers, a direct action lesbian rights organization. Susan Spielman, principal head of Common Ground, an education consulting firm specializing in workplace sexual orientation education. Her company has worked with hundreds of U.S. organizations, helping them to implement domestic partner benefit plans. Co-author of the book Straight Talk About Gays in the Workplace. Gertrude Stein wrote the first openly lesbian novel, QED, in 1903, but it was only published posthumously in 1950. Ricky Streicher, Streicher, 1925 to 1994. American activist and businesswoman. Michael Goff founded Out Magazine in 1992. Paulette Goodman, founder of local chapter Washington, D.C. of PFLAG, and served as president of the National PFLAG organization from 1988 to 1992. Okay. Jeffrey Newman, American, president and COO of the Gay Financial Network, president and CEO of Out.com. Jim Levin, New York gay historian. Barrett Brick, GLAA, Gay and Lesbian Activist Alliance Treasurer. Robin Tyler, American comedian, born Arlene Chernick, who was the first openly gay comic in North America. Tyler is also an activist who was the stage producer for the first 3 gay marches on Washington and the national protest coordinator for the Stop Dr. Laura campaign. She produces women's comedy and music festivals and operates a lesbian travel tour company. Dr. Bruce Vollner, looks like it might be a 3. 1935-1944, American gay rights activist, molecular biologist, physiologist, and AIDS researcher, pioneer in the use of nonoxynol-9 as a spermicide, co-founder and first executive director of the National Gay Task Force, creator of the Mariposa Foundation, an AIDS prevention research organization. Mark Elderkin, co-founder, gay.com. Leroy Aarons, American professor, journalist, and founder of the National Gay and Lesbian Journalists Association, 1990. So I'm going to have to cut it off here, folks. It's fixing to cut me off.